The train to Brighton. It was a grey Friday morning in London. Emily stood at the train platform with her small red suitcase and a book in her hand. She was going to Brighton for the weekend, just to get away, to breathe, and to think. She had not taken a break in over 6 months. Her job at the bookstore was nice, but tiring. Every day felt the same. Books, customers, receipts, tired feet. So she booked a train, packed a coat, 2 notebooks, and decided to leave the city for 2 days. The train arrived at 10:07 a.m., exactly on time. She got in, found her seat near the window, and placed her suitcase above. There were not many people on the train. Across from her sat a young man with headphones and a sketchbook. He nodded politely. Emily gave a small smile and opened her book. After 20 minutes, the train passed through green fields. Cows stood silently, birds flew low. The sky remained cloudy. Emily wasn't reading. Her eyes were on the pages, but her mind was far away. The man across from her looked up and said, "Sorry, is that a mystery novel?" Emily blinked and smiled. "Emily, yes, but I've read the same page 5 times. I'm not really reading." "Man, I get that. I do the same when I draw." He closed his sketchbook and stretched his arms. "Man, I'm Leo, by the way." "Emily, Emily." They shook hands lightly, like 2 people who might or might not talk more. The train moved gently, making soft sounds on the tracks. The rhythm was calming. Emily looked out the window again. She didn't feel like reading anymore. Leo opened his sketchbook again and began to draw. He didn't say much. Just looked at the window for a second, then moved his pencil. After a few minutes, Emily asked, "Emily, do you draw people or places?" "Leo, both, but today I think it's trees." He turned his sketchbook to show her. There was a quick sketch of the field outside, tall grass, a few trees, and a small house in the corner. "Emily, that's beautiful. I can't draw at all." Leo, smiling, "Most people say that, but drawing is not about being perfect. It's about seeing." Emily thought about that. It's about seeing. They sat quietly for a while. The train passed through a tunnel. Lights flickered. When they came out the other side, Leo asked, "Leo, so why Brighton?" "Emily, to get away, nothing dramatic. I just needed a pause." "Leo, same here, I live there, but I was in London for a work thing, going back now." "Emily, what do you do?" "Leo, I teach drawing classes, and I paint." Emily nodded. "Emily, that sounds peaceful." "Leo, some days it is. Other days I forget to breathe." They both laughed. The train stopped at a small station. More people got on. An old woman sat 2 seats ahead. A boy in a yellow jacket walked through the aisle looking for a place. The sky outside was brighter now. The clouds were thinner, and a little sun came through the glass. Emily looked at Leo and said, "Emily, can I ask a strange question?" "Leo, of course." "Emily, do you ever feel like your life is waiting for something, but you don't know what?" Leo paused. "Leo, all the time." Emily smiled. She felt something relax inside her. Maybe it was just the train. Maybe it was the quiet conversation. Or maybe it was being seen, without explanation. About 20 minutes before Brighton, the train suddenly slowed down. Then it stopped completely. A voice came from the speaker. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing a short delay due to a signal issue. Estimated wait time is 10 to 15 minutes. We apologize for the inconvenience." Everyone on the train sighed. Emily looked at her phone, no signal. Leo looked out the window. "Leo, we're near the coast. I think I know this place." He stood up and pointed. "Leo, there's a walking path just outside. When I was younger, I used to come here with my dog." Emily looked uncertain. "Emily, can we go outside?" Leo, smiling, "Only if we're quick. They won't leave without a final check." Emily hesitated, then stood. "Emily, let's go." They opened the carriage door and stepped down carefully. The air was fresh, cool, salty, and full of early spring. The train sat still like a giant asleep. The tracks curved around a small hill covered in wild grass. Birds flew low. Leo led the way, walking slowly. Emily followed, her boots crunching on gravel. They didn't go far, just a few steps beyond the train. But it felt like something changed. Leo, see that rock over there? I painted it once, terribly. Emily laughing, I doubt that. Leo, I was 12. They sat down on the edge of the hill. Below them, a quiet road stretched out toward the coast. The sea was not visible, but they could hear it like a whisper in the distance. Emily, I haven't done something like this in years. Leo, same, life gets noisy. Emily took a deep breath. Emily, it's strange. I don't know you, but this feels familiar. Leo looked at her without speaking. Then he said, Leo, maybe that's what we need sometimes, someone we don't know, but who listens anyway. The train horn blew once, far behind them. Emily, that's us. Leo, let's not miss it. They walked back quickly and climbed inside. Their seats were still there, untouched. The old woman, too, rose ahead, smiled at them as they returned. The train began to move again. Emily sat down and looked out the window. She was smiling, not because something big had changed, but because, for the first time in a long while, she had stepped out of the pattern, even if only for 15 minutes. The train entered Brighton Station a little after noon. People began to stand, collect their bags, stretch their legs. The air smelled different, slightly salty, with a hint of ocean breeze even inside the station. Emily picked up her suitcase and stepped off the train. Leo walked beside her, carrying his sketchbook under one arm. They moved with the small crowd, slowly toward the station exit. Outside, the city opened around them. Narrow streets, colorful doors, a guitar player near the taxi line, and seagulls circling overhead. Emily stopped and looked around. Emily, I've only been here once before, years ago. Leo, you'll like it, it's a kind place. She turned to him. Emily, do you have time for a coffee? Leo smiled. Leo, I was going to ask you the same. They walked down a side street with old stones under their feet. Leo led the way to a quiet cafe with large windows and plants on every table. They sat by the window. The waitress came by. Waitress, what can I get you too? Emily, tea please. Leo, same for me, and 2 of those small lemon cakes. The waitress smiled and left. For the next hour, they talked. Not about deep things. Not about past pain or big dreams. Just small things, the way Brighton smells after rain, favorite movies, bad drawings, soft music. Emily felt light. Not excited. Not nervous. Just present. When it was time to go, she stood and said, Emily, thanks for the tea and the train walk. Leo, thanks for the good company. There was a pause. Then Leo reached into his sketchbook and tore out a page. He handed it to her. It was the hill, the train, and 2 small people standing beside it. Leo, so you don't forget that sometimes, it's okay to step off the track. Emily took it and smiled. Emily, maybe I'll write something on the back. They said goodbye, no promises, no numbers. Just a warm look, a shared moment. Emily walked toward her hotel. Her suitcase felt lighter. The sun had come out fully now. And Brighton felt like it was waiting for her. The end.